Hello and welcome. This is Varun, Technical Advisor Design and Prototyping and Educational Consultant for Tutormash.com. In this session, we will be discussing about Boolean operations in AutoCAD. Subtract is the most widely used Boolean operation done in AutoCAD. It helps you to subtract an object from a source object to get your required design. Now, as similar with the other Boolean operations, it must be 3D solid or a surface or at least a region. Now, the method of using the command subtract is slightly different from the other Boolean operations in AutoCAD. Consider the examples given here. It asks you to select the object 2 times. That means at first it is asking you to select the objects from which you want to subtract other objects, which means it remains as the source object. And secondly, it is asking you to select the object which you want to subtract. So in the first example, I will select this rectangle as the first object and I will select this circle as the second object. That means this becomes the source object and this becomes the subtraction object. So when I do so, it becomes like this. Correct. Now, in the same example, when I go with the first object, that is the source object, be the circle, and the second object, that's the subtractive object, be the rectangle, I will get the object like this. So that means same subtraction command with different selection, you will get different object. So you must be very careful in selecting the first object and the second object to get your required design. Now let's see these options in the software. Consider I have a rectangle which is drawn like this. Let me draw another circle from the exact corner point to make a radius like this. So as we have done with the other Boolean operations, we will make these 2 objects as region to do it correctly and press enter. So that means 2 regions already created. You can go and check by changing your visual style from 2D wireframe to shaded like this and check to be region. Let me come back to my 2D wireframe like this and do my subtract command. The shortcut for subtract command is SU and press enter. This will initiate the subtract command. Now, as you can see that subtract is now asking you to select the objects. This option is asking you to select the initial object, that is the first objects from which you want to subtract. So initially I will select this as my source object. Correct. After selecting your source object, you can press enter. Now it is again asking you to select the objects, which means the second object, which depicts the subtractive object. So I will select this one and press enter to get the shape like this. Right. Now in the same situation, if I have another rectangle like this and a circle from the corner like this, and let me do the region, selecting the 2 objects to make it as a region like this. Correct. Now let me do the subtract again, that is SU, and press enter. This time I will select my source object, that is the initial object, to be the circle like this. Right. You can select more than one object to be your initial source object. So after selecting your object, you can press enter to select your second object, the object which you want to delete. So I will select this one and press enter to get the shape like this. So like this, the selection preferences does matter how your output object looks. So you must be very careful in doing the subtraction in the software. So that's the end of this session, and we hope you understood well. Keep posting your queries and feedback, and for more videos log on to www.tutormash.com. Thank you.